Hello, this is Peter Newman. I'm learning CFD and Fluent, and this is an airflow fluid volume for a device that has an inlet here, an outlet there, and this is another inlet for bypass airflow, so it doesn't all go through this bottom section called a blister. And I'm interested in the pressure drop across the blister, as well as the velocity in there, and then the relative contribution of mass flow out there from the bypass inlet or the main inlet. Let's use split body to split this body on that face, and we will be able to then measure velocity in this volume easily, but we don't want contacts, so we're going to use share. And since that dimension is 0.15, I want a smaller value here, so I don't get poor quality sharing going on. And this is a high quality sharing with the purple lines. So that is all I need to do in space claim. I will now exit space claim and add a Fluent, Ansys mesh app, which is appropriate for meshing for Fluent. So in the mesh application, we're going to make named selections, and that's done by picking a face, hitting the N key, and then saying inlet, which Fluent understands. Outlet, it knows what to do with that. This is going to be named inlet bypass. That's all the named selections. I want to name some interior surfaces that are most easily seen by hiding a body, and I also want to name the bodies. So this body, N for named selection, is inlet zone. This body is blister zone, and this body is outlet zone. The hiding this body will let me easily name the surfaces that I want to be interior for calculating pressures and things. So we're going to use the surface, the face filter, to hold the control key down and do a named selection called interior blister in, and then another named selection interior blister out. Now what we need is some walls, and the walls are another named selection. Let's see, this one we don't need really. We've got our 3 fluid zones, and the things we're missing is all the walls to do inflation layers. So I'm going to select all, Control A selects all walls, and then with the control key down I can remove items from the named selection, and then also use the remove from current selection. So now if I look at what I've got for named selections, that's all the walls except for the blister. So I'll just say N for named selection and call that walls. And there's 4 walls missing, which is on this other body. Oh, there's a mistake. One of these walls is not a wall, it's a boundary condition. So if I pick that and I click there, I can remove the inlet bypass from the walls, and then I can show all bodies and add 4 more faces to that wall selection. That is that one, and then control key that, and that. So there are all my walls. There's actually that's pretty good. Let's get on to meshing. We're going to use CFD, CFD, and we'll start with an element size of 0.1. We're going to ask it to use high smoothing to try to improve the mesh quality of aspect skewness, and we will ask for some better skewness if possible. We will also want it to automatically apply an inflation layer using the walls, and we're going to start with a first layer of thickness of 0.01 and generate the mesh. Okay, we have a mesh and we have some element quality showing. The skewness did come in below 0.9, which is good, and the inflation layers, if we draw a section plane, can be seen, especially if we it's easier to see it if you turn on this, and here we see the few inflation layers, maybe a smaller value. These inflation layers look correct. The inflation didn't happen so well on this wall here, so but I'm going to go ahead and focus on the rest of the process. So we'll just take this as good enough. It's not a video about meshing, it's a video about measuring pressure. So I'll stop the video with this as being good enough for a demo, and record the next video in Fluent. See you on the next one.